lives for the past decade. He's been stripping away our rights. He's been starving us by cutting food stamps. He's been making us bleed by cutting our Medicaid. And we are gonna throw him in the goddamn slammer. And how are we gonna do it? Impeach, convict, remove. That's damn right. Impeach, convict, remove.
Yeah, this one's for the worker who toils night and day, by hand and by parade, to earn your pay, who for centuries long past, for no more than your bread, have bled for your countries and counted your dead. And mills, in the shipyards and mines, we've often been told to keep up with the times, for our skills are not needed. They've streamlined the job, and with slide rule and stopwatch, our pride they have robbed. We're the first ones to starve, we're the first ones to die, we're the first ones in line for that pie in the sky. And we're always last when the cremation out, for the worker is working when the fat cat's about. And when the sky darkens and the prospect is war, who's given a gun and then pushed to the fore and expected to die for the land of our birth? Though we've never owned one lousy handful of earth, we're the first ones to starve, we're the first ones to die, we're the first ones in line for that pie in the sky. And we're always last when the cremation out, for the worker is working when the fat cat's about. Ones to starve, we're the first ones to die, we're the first ones in line for that pie in the sky. And we're always last when the cremation out, for the worker is working when the fat cat's about. We're the first ones to starve, we're the first ones to die, we're the first ones in line for that pie in the sky. And we're always last when the cremation out, for the worker is working when the fat cat's about. And all of these things the worker has done, from tilling the fields to carrying the gun, we've been yoked to the plow since time first began, and always expected to carry the can. Well, I can say this, that's the most people we've ever sound checked in front of, that's for damn sure. Any comments from the back? Guitar up, guitar down, vocals up. Any comments? All good?
Love you, kid.
This guy says make it loud.
Danger, danger, there's a rapist in the White House. Danger, danger, there's a rapist in the White House.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Please give a warm round of applause for Bishop Dwayne Royster.
Good afternoon, everyone. I wonder if we might just take a moment of silence for everyone who is suffering not only in this country, but around the world at this evil regime that's sitting in the White House. Let us take a moment of silence. Thank you.
Not sitting, squatting.
For a moment, before I offer prayer and blessings on you in this work that we're doing to get the Congress to get a backbone and impeach this president, I just have a few words to say before we pray. First of all, I want to be clear, at least from my standpoint and the standpoint of a lot of my siblings of faith from multiple faith traditions across this country, God is not pleased. Hurting God's children is hurting God. And when we cannot allow a demonic regime like Donald Trump and his minions to impact veterans, to impact the disabled, to impact women, and in particular women of color who are in leadership in this country, to impact reporters, to impact people in any walk of life in this country, to use poor white folk as a bulwark against the rest of America. The time for this has come to an end. Is to help congressional leaders, both in the Senate and the Congress, to get a backbone, to stop running around acting like they're afraid of the president, and to understand that we, the people, are more powerful than this president. Every Wednesday at 12 noon, I go to Lafayette Park outside the White House, and I offer a prophetic condemnation of what Donald Trump is doing in this country. I encourage you to join me there if you're able, until we are going to pray and walk and march and fight and vote until this all falls down. So, beloved, let us pray and ask God's blessing in multiple faith traditions, but believe full well that we are not by ourselves in this fight, because indeed God is not pleased. Let's pray. Holy God of many traditions, of many voices, your holy words in many different traditions tell us that you are not pleased with tyranny, you are not pleased with authoritarianism, and you are not pleased with fascism. We pray, God, that you would convict our congressional leaders until they turn and impeach this president. We pray, God, that you would give us the power to force them to do the right thing, and that you would encourage us along the way. Help us, help our neighbors. Stand up for truth, righteousness, and justice in this land. Help us, God, in this moment in time, have a bigger vision for this country. We pray now, God, blessings on this day and on all these folks and all these organizations that gather here, that your will be done, that peace, justice, and love may rule in this land once again. Thank you, O God, in the many names by which we call you, and we say, Amen.
How are we the people feeling today? Can we get an amen for Bishop Royster? Amen. I'm Jessica Denson. I'm the founder of the Removal Coalition. It is my great honor and pleasure to have organized this day for you with an extraordinary team of people, of faith leaders, of pastors, of artists, of influencers, of musicians, of true patriotic Americans. You know, 10 months ago, my founding organization, 14th Now, was standing on these very steps in the bitter cold with a few dozen people trying to block this illegal administration. And here we are 10 months later, and thousands of people are here at Lincoln Memorial today to demand that this illegal administration come to an end. I formed the Removal Coalition because I saw the nationwide protests. I saw the millions of people flooding the streets, and it was beautiful. But I saw that there was something missing. The demand was missing. The absolute, unequivocal demand that something be done to evict this illegal president from the White House was missing. And because of that, I formed the Removal Coalition to bring together organizations that said, we are not equivocating. We are crystal clear and explicit on our mission. And when we show up and exercise our First Amendment rights, you are going to know what we, the people, are demanding. Now, you're going to hear from me more today, but without further ado, I have to bring up for you my partner in this mission. He was with me back in January. You know, it's kind of ironic. We've got a former Trump staffer, 180-degree turn, my friends, 180-degree turn. An actress and a comedian activist are leading the movement for Donald Trump's removal. I'm just thinking, you know, I think artists have some vision. What do you think? This man has a heart of gold. He is tireless. I couldn't be more grateful to be in the fight with him. Please join me in welcoming Cliff Kelly!
Thank you so much. That's the main thing that I want to say to you is thank you. Thank you for being here today. It wouldn't matter if you didn't come. It wouldn't matter. I know it's not cheap. I know it's not easy. I know it's not free. I know it's not convenient to get to the nation's capital, but you did it anyway because you're willing to do more than nothing. You're not willing to sit on the sidelines and watch an orange-faced grifter in a dirty diaper tackle your democracy. I'm not willing to either. But we could not do this without you, so that's my main message to you is thank you for being here. Continue to fight. Make sure you have a sign in your yard and a post on your page and a scream in your voice. Do not give these people a pass any longer. I've never been a big fan of shame because I grew up in a very conservative Southern Baptist household. But man, it's a powerful weapon and I want you to use it against them. Because shame is exactly what you should feel when you sugarcoat genocide. Shame is exactly what you should feel when you help cover up a pedophilia ring. Shame is what you should feel when you support a Russian-backed traitor who wants to build a Qatari Air Force base on our land. Shame is a powerful tool. Use it against them. My brother, Wiley Cash, is here with me today. My brother, Wiley, is a New York Times best-selling author. He is the smart one. He always has been, but he's a good man. He's written a lot of things that I love, but the thing that he wrote that I love the most was an article about our father. About our father being a good man for his whole life, being kind to people even when he didn't need to, it didn't benefit him. Most of the kindness he committed in his life, we didn't know about it until his life was over, because he never told us. The people came to the funeral and they told us. He was a good man. And my brother wrote an article saying I'm glad that my dad passed away when he did, so I didn't have to watch a good man vote for this piece of trash. And to show that all these things that we were taught weren't really as solid as we thought. So many of us have lost our friends. We have lost our family members. I had a woman come up to me at a show recently crying, and she hugged me and she said, I'm the youngest of 9 and I don't talk to any of my siblings anymore.
Give her my number.
He's not just taking our country from us, he's taking our families from us. He's taking our friends from us. They're ripping screaming mothers away from their children because of the color of their skin. There was a man recently, a couple of months ago, tackled by ICE. He was weed eating. He was weed eating, and they tackled him to the ground and they beat him. They punched him over and over and over. He wasn't a criminal, he was a weed eater. They arrested him. He'd been in this country for decades. All 3 of his sons are United States Marines. When he got to speak to his sons, he didn't lament what was done to him or speak of the injustice or ask for help. The first thing he said to his sons was, go finish my work. I left my work undone. Please go finish my work. Because that man is a good man. There are no good men in MAGA. There are no good men in the Trump administration or this MAGA club. There are no good men in MAGA. And just like that good man told his sons, finish my work. I have a job and it's not done. I'm telling you, we have a job and it is not done. And it is time to finish it. This next person is a literal hero. He's a hero to all of you. He's a hero to me. I was furious when I saw what happened to him on January 6th. And now I count him as a friend, and I'm even more furious. Give it up for the incredible Michael Fano.
This right here, this is what the fuck it looks like when America shows up. Thousands of people from every corner of this country. All kinds of backgrounds and all kinds of stories. But we all have one message that we brought here. We are done waiting. And I don't know about you guys, but I am done playing by their rules. Like many of you, I served this country. I dedicated 20 years of my life to it. And I've put my life on the line more times than I can remember.
Thank you.
And I've seen what happens when people get pushed too far.
Yep.
I've been pushed too far.
Yep.
I've seen what happens when leaders forget who they work for. And I'm telling you, what we're living through right now is not normal. And it is not acceptable. This is not America at its best. We've got ICE and CBP tearing families apart in the middle of the night. We've got parents who are afraid to send their kids to school. We have innocent and vulnerable communities targeted because they can't stand up for themselves. But we're here today to stand up for them. These people, the American people, our brothers and sisters, are being terrorized today. And politicians, they keep acting like they've got all the time in the world. But the people don't. We don't. This country doesn't. And democracy sure as hell doesn't either. So listen, I hear these pundits and elected officials saying, just wait until the midterms. 2026 is going to fix it. Well, let me ask you something. Do the families being hunted by ICE and CBP, do they have a year to wait? Do women losing rights and autonomy over their bodies, do they have a year to wait? Do working class Americans with skyrocketing health insurance premiums like myself, who can no longer afford health insurance, do we have a year to wait? Do working Americans losing their freedoms have a year to wait? And let me be very clear. Democracy does not run on, we'll fix it next year. When a regime is abusing its power right now, when people are being beaten by law enforcement officers right now, when history is being erased and the people's house is being demolished now. You don't wait for a midterm. You ante up and kick in like we're doing right now. And since we're here in Washington, D.C., just a few blocks from the people whose salaries we pay, let's make damn sure they hear us when we demand that they do their jobs. Protect the people you swore to serve. Protect our democracy. And listen closely, because tens of thousands of voices are about to make it very simple for you. Impeach, convict, and remove. Let me hear it. Impeach, convict, remove. I want Congress to hear it in their goddamn offices. Impeach, convict, remove. I want the White House to hear it. Impeach, convict, remove.
Hell yeah!
I didn't spend my career in law enforcement to watch a government use fear and violence as a weapon. And I didn't risk my life for democracy on January 6th so lawmakers could shrug and say, maybe we'll get to it in 2026. I stood up like you were all standing up here because this country is worth fighting for. And every single one of you showed up today because you believe the same thing. This movement is not small. This is not some fringe fad, and it sure as hell isn't quiet. It's the majority of Americans who are tired of being ignored, and we're tired of this administration. So here's what we're going to do next. We're going to take this crowd and this momentum, and we're going to turn it into pressure louder than anything this country has ever seen. We're going to call our lawmakers, we're going to show up at their office, and we're going to demand action, and we're going to demand their courage, and we're going to demand accountability. When so many people stand together like we are today and speak with the same voice, government listens. And if they don't, we're going to make them listen. They are not going to ignore us. And let me tell you something. What you represent isn't fear. It isn't hate. It isn't chaos. it's patriotism, and it's democracy. It's the American people taking back what is rightfully ours. So I want you to look around right now. Look at this crowd. Look at this power. Look at this country refusing to be silent. And remember this. We don't wait for 2026. We don't wait for your permission. We don't wait for someone else or some scandal to save our democracy. We protect it, we defend it, we demand it, and we want it today. So one more time, raise your voices with me and please convict Donald Trump and remove that son of a bitch from office.
This next guy was also a hero of mine who became a friend of mine. I got to listen to him last night, and it was just incredible. Some of you did as well. Please make a lot of noise for Pastor.
Good afternoon, America. I come to you from Raleigh, North Carolina with a message. I am so grateful to be here today, but I need to tell you that I am not well. I am sick today, friends. I'm sick to my stomach of constitutional crises, of human rights atrocities, and acts of treason. I'm sick of my Latino and immigrant neighbors being indiscriminately and violently assaulted by masked thugs. I'm sick of food being taken out of the mouths of hungry children. I'm sick of people having to choose between paying their mortgage or their medical bills. I'm sick of my LGBTQ neighbors being persecuted for simply existing. I'm sick of people of color being gerrymandered out of the political process. I'm sick of women having to travel to another state just to have autonomy over their own bodies. I'm sick of our servicemen and women and our veterans being disrespected and disregarded. I'm sick of the reality that the greatest border crisis we face is the one separating church and state. And I am sick of desperately appealing to public servants to do the decent, humane, and legal thing and seeing them again flatly refuse. America, are you sick of all of this? And it's not just we who are gathered here today who are sickened. This entire nation is not well because in the highest position of leadership, we have one of the most amoral, lawless, vile, hateful human beings to ever walk the planet. He is a man devoid of decency, bereft of empathy, and allergic to truth. And for a decade, he has been a pervasive moral cancer feeding off the body of our republic.
He has trafficked in tribalism, stoked division, and pillaged our resources. He has preyed upon the vulnerable, and he is inciting people to revel in the worst of their instincts. Now, I don't know a lot about medicine, but what I do know is that when a body is afflicted with cancer, you do everything you can to remove it. You don't simply let it destroy everything around you without resistance. You don't allow the malignancy to metastasize unimpeded. You don't give it carte blanche for 2 years to ravage whatever is in its path and hope for the best. Friends, for the sake of preserving life, you move heaven and earth to get the cancer out. And we gather here today to say, for the sake of the health and existential life of our great nation and the well-being of the planet, Donald Trump must be removed. Yes.
Trump must go! 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 Trump must go!
Now listen, friends, listen. Just so right-wing media doesn't twist this, let me say that unlike the president's supporters who gathered here on January 6th and so many times since then, we assemble here as a nonviolent people in a nonviolent movement. We seek a peaceful, legal, constitutional remedy to this national heart sickness, and it comes in the form of impeachment, conviction, and removal. And this is what we are demanding today. Peaceful, legal, constitutional. This is how we must get this cancerous president out. And to my conservative friends, this is your fight too. We are tethered together in one interdependent community. Our destinies are intertwined because we are all closer to being beggars than billionaires. And so you need to understand that we aren't just in this for ourselves, we are here for you, which is why we oppose him, because you are not immune to the destruction he is sowing or the damage he is doing any more than we are. Your elemental freedoms and liberties are being taken away as well. You too are losing access to education and security and opportunity. Your children and grandchildren are also facing a future that is less safe, less compassionate, and less free. The sovereignty of our nation is in the balance in these moments, and with every day of inaction, the cancer takes more of what we might never get back. As long as this president is allowed to remain, our nation will never be well. And we could so easily be well. It could all be so very simple. Impeachment, prosecution, removal. And then once he is gone, we could come to the table in meaningful conversations on the challenges we face. We could find our commonalities, navigate compromise, and once again lean on the systems our Constitution put in place in order to work for the common good. And friends, this is why we stand on this holy ground today, to bring the healing that can only come once this historic malignancy of this president is removed. So for our Latino and immigrant neighbors, we need to get the cancer out. For survivors of sexual assault, we need to get the cancer out. For our beloved queer neighbors, we need to get the cancer living in food scarcity and at the edge of poverty. We need to get the cancer out. For Christians, Muslims, Jews, Buddhists, Sikhs, Hindus, agnostics, and atheists, we need to get the cancer out. For the vulnerable, the oppressed, the marginalized, the sick, and the hungry, we need to get the cancer out. For Democrats, Republicans, and independents, we need to get the cancer out. For conservatives, moderates, and liberals, we need to get the cancer out. And for the America that still could be, we need to get the cancer out. So let's make sure that love has the last, loudest word, friends. We must impeach, convict, and remove Donald Trump, and then we can get well. We will get well, America. We will all be well.
I know I keep saying that all these people are heroes, and I hate to be redundant, but all these people are heroes. This next hero has been bringing articles of impeachment against this traitor who's illegally squatting in our White House. A Democrat from the great state of Texas, Representative Al Green.
I want my record to show that when the resistance needed my voice, I was there.
Thank you!
I ask you, do you believe in liberty and justice for all? Do you believe in government of the people, by the people, for the people? Do you believe in separation of powers? Do you believe in the right to peacefully protest? Do you believe you've got a right to resist an authoritarian president who wants to devolve the democracy into a dictatorship? Do you resist? Among the resistors, we have some persons who go to distant places. Many of them don't return the way they left. We have to respect them today. If you are a member of the military, just raise your hand. Let's give them a hand, please. Hands over here. Members of the military, give them a hand, please. Let's hear for the Army. Let's hear for the Navy. Let's hear for the Air Force. Let's hear for the Marines. Let's hear for the Space Force. Let's hear for the Coast Guard. Let's hear it for our armed forces. We have one additional person that I have to thank, and then I'll give you a very brief message. I have a plane to catch. And I don't see her, but Jessica Denson is the person that I wanted to thank. She is responsible for my being here, and she's responsible for a good many of your being in attendance as well. So would you give Jessica a hand for me, please? I want you to thank this gentleman who's standing over here. He is here because of the threats I received. As late as last night, we received a threat. Give our police officers who are here today a hand, please. When the President of the United States of America threatens the lives
of members of Congress. When the president uses terms in his tweets, his communications by way of social media, when he does this, he places the lives of people at risk. When the president uses another person's words, indicating that persons should be hanged, he puts the lives of people at risk. The lives of people who were engaging in lawful free speech. People who were but only indicating that the military is required to carry out lawful orders, and they are not to obey orders that are not lawful. So he puts lives at risk. He put those 6 people who said to the military, you don't have to obey unlawful orders at risk. And in so doing, I want you to know this. I don't take it lightly.
Hell no!
It's something that goes beyond those 6, however. Now I want you to listen carefully to what I'm about to say. He has called those 6 people traitors, but he also called someone else a traitor. Listen now. He called Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene a traitor. Now listen. She and I don't agree on most things. But here is something that's important. Her life is just as important as any other member of Congress's life. We cannot allow ourselves to be separated by party lines when it comes to the issues of life and death. We are going to demand respect for every member of Congress. That includes Marjorie Taylor Greene. Someone would say, well, is she going to vote for impeachment? It's not about whether she will vote for impeachment. It's about whether her life has value and meaning, and we are going to stand up and protect all members of Congress, whether they vote for impeachment or not. What the president has said when he talked about death and hanging members of Congress is an abomination. It is reprehensible.
Treason!
It is despicable. And it is impeachable. It is impeachable. And I want you to know that as your member of Congress, before we take the break for Christmas, I give you my assurance that there will be articles of impeachment filed against this There will be articles of impeachment filed, and there will be articles of impeachment voted on in the Congress of the United States of America. We're not going to just file. We are going to have every member of Congress take a stand. This is a time for all of us to take a stand. You vote your conscience. My conscience tells me that I must vote to impeach a president who would put the lives of members of Congress at risk, a president who disrespects the Constitution, who doesn't believe in the separation of powers, who doesn't believe that people have a right to peacefully assemble and protest, a president who wants to be an authoritarian, who is devolving our democracy into a dictatorship. He must be impeached. He must be convicted. He must be removed. One final word. I agree with every person who said
We cannot wait. We cannot wait.
Babies are dying!
We cannot wait. We can wait until it's too late. We can wait until the constitutional rights that we have now have been degraded to the extent that they are meaningless. This is the time. We are the people. He is the president who should be impeached. This is our watch. We cannot wait until some other time, hoping that things will get better in the meantime. No, things are not getting better. Things are getting worse. We must convict. We must impeach. We must have him removed, and we want him removed to make him an example for any future authoritarian who believes that he can take control of the government of the United States of America. I want you to know that I thank each of you for being here.
Thank you!
My heart is with you.
Thank you!
And I assure you that your being here has made a difference. You are the resistance. You are the resistance. We are the resistance. We are the we, and we the people. God bless you. Thank you.
It's true, we gotta protect people's lives. It's unbelievable for a president to speak this way about members of Congress, to threaten to hang people. And I want to tell the president, because I know he's watching, you know he is too. I want you to come. I want you to come, Donnie. Come hang me, Donnie. Stuff your tangles into your hard-adjusting dress shoes and come try to hang me. We need the mic. We got a performance coming up from Earth to Eve. We got to get the mic for her. She's gonna do one of her newer songs that is profound and powerful. I've been listening to it a lot lately. I liked her music already, but when we were able to get her on this event, I started listening to it even more, and I've become such a fan that I'm kind of embarrassed about. I think I'm a fangirl, is that what they call it? I met her this morning. I'm so happy that you're here. She's going to play an incredible song for us again, guys. Give it up for Earth to Eve.
Can you hear that? Okay. Alright, this song is called Have You Heard the News Today? I don't know about you. Well, I do know about you because you're all here. But every time I open my phone and I see the atrocities happening here, happening abroad with our tax dollars, I get fucking pissed and I get really sad. And this song is called Have You Heard the News Today? It's about that. Have you heard the news today? The bombs are dropped, the swamp is drained, America is finally getting saved. 11 million off of Medicaid, temperatures rise like interest rates, built Auschwitz in the Everglades and sold merch at the front gate. They're starving, sick and sleep deprived, but they don't look like you or I. Guess empathy don't cross state lines in the great US of A. The flag's got no more blue and white, they sold the stars, we all wear stripes. No need to read between the lines when there's blood spilled on the page. Never again means not today. You gave the man your eyes so you could sleep at night, but you still hear their cries. You can't outrun this shame, this land was yours and mine till they bled it dry. History won't be kind to those who turn the other way. Can you hear them crying? what their scripture says. Oh, hate thy neighbor, turn him in and burn. Amendments 5 and 10. The faithful bent the cross to fit, but heavy is the crown that sits atop his empty head. He'll only pledge allegiance to self-interest, to help the rich get rich at your expense while you absolve his sins. And your indifference ain't righteousness, it's evil at its best. Celebrate ignorance and cheer and clap as the boot steps on your neck till it snaps. You gave the man your eyes so you could sleep at night, but you still hear their cries. You can't outrun this shame. This land was yours and mine till they bled it dry. Mister, you won't be kind to those who turn the other way. Can you hear them crying? And will you still be silent? And that's it. Thank you all. Thank you everyone for being here. Impeach, convert, renew. Thank you.
Let me hear it, everybody! Such an incredible song. It's a powerful song. Again, I know I sound like a broken record, but we happened to just book all heroes today. That was kind of the vibe. You guys are heroes too, by the way, for being here. You paid for this. You guys, we funded this. We had $0 1 month ago for this effort. You funded it. $500 or $5. You made today happen. So thank you so much. Our next speaker is a 25-year veteran, a Green Beret, and a whistleblower. Please make some noise for Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Aguilar.
People matter. This still matters. I want to hear it. Fire me up. Impeach. Convict. Remove. Impeach. Convict. Remove. Impeach. Convict. Remove. Impeach. Convict. Remove. I spent 25 years serving in uniform for this country. And I have fought in every war that this country has fought in for the last quarter century. And not once did I see someone with the last name of Trump overseas carrying a weapon and defending our nation. When I hung up my uniform, I did not hang up my oath. I went into Gaza to deliver humanitarian aid and resigned in protest to tell the world of the genocide that's taking place. Every bomb that drops that kills a Gazan child, a Palestinian family, is coming from our tax dollars. Our president doesn't stand for us. He stands for bombs, ballrooms, and bullshit. I'm a proud Latino American. I grew up in South Texas. And I have sworn upon the altar of freedom eternal hostility against every form of tyranny, foreign and domestic. 62 years ago, Martin Luther King stood on these steps behind us and he talked about the three evils: poverty, racism, and militarism. This president has proven that that is true. And he has added to that list with violence and pedophilia. We cannot tolerate this tyrant in office. And it is not too late, but time
time is coming where this tyrant will become a dictator. And there is only one power that can stop him, and it is not in Congress, and it is not in the Supreme Court, and it is not in the executive branch. It is with us, we the people. Donald Trump, when he looks under the cushions, he can find money for war, but he can't feed the poor. $38.3 trillion in debt, our nation, and it accounts for 1/3 of the entire global debt, and yet we want to start more wars. Not wars for us, not wars for our safety, not wars for our freedom, but for wars of conquest to line the pockets of Trump and his cronies. The average American, every one of us, every day, you work your ass off to put food on the table, and 28 cents of that dollar goes to taxes. Not for us. It doesn't come back to us. It goes to renovate a ballroom. It goes to line the Oval Office in gold. It looks like Liberace's bedroom. Over the last 24 years, and over this administration, the U.S. Congress has not passed a budget. That is their job. And when someone doesn't do their job, what do? We fire them. Impeach, convict, remove. Impeach, convict, remove. We must do it. To prevent the abuse of power, things must be ordered that power checks power. That is what our nation was founded on. And our founding fathers told us one thing when they signed this document: don't trust the government. Donald Trump and his administration have shown us more than ever that we cannot tolerate kings. We cannot tolerate tyrants. We cannot tolerate princes. We cannot tolerate dictators. And the time is now. And tomorrow is too late. Say it again with me. We must impeach. We must convict. And we must remove. Impeach, convict, remove. Impeach, convict, remove. Thank you, and God bless America.
Let him hear it! This next speaker is a huge part of the reason that we're all here. She has really dialed in the nuts and bolts of this event and many more. She's been fighting against this fascist clown tirelessly. I know, because I've been fighting beside her, and I'm exhausted, and I think she sleeps less than I do. But she still manages to look incredible every day, and she's just an incredible leader, doing incredible work. I know you already know who I'm talking about. Please give a warm round of applause for Jessica Denson.
This nation functions through consent of the governed. Do we consent to what's going on right now? Are we demanding Donald Trump's immediate conviction, impeachment, and removal from office? You know, there are oppressive laws that our founding was designed, divinely inspired to do away with. And then there is oppressive thinking. There is mental slavery. There is hypnosis. And I'm telling you, what is going on right now is an attempt to keep the American people in a state of hypnosis, in a state of not being aware of their human and divine rights. They have counted on us being trapped in this hypnotic state where we forget our power, where we forget who we are. But the American people have not forgotten who we are. We are in charge of this nation, and we will decide its future. Do you see how incredible what we have done today is? Just a few months ago, really up until just recently, they were trying to make those of us who were calling for impeachment look like fools, look like some fringe movement who were so silly to think this constitutional necessity could be accomplished. But today, we are making anyone who says impeachment is not possible look like the fools. What we are doing today is about putting the pressure where it belongs, on that building at the other end of this mall, the halls of Congress. There are so many diagnoses out there for the daily abominations of this illegal administration. So many diagnoses about how they are violating the Constitution, how they are disappearing our neighbors to concentration camps, how they are arresting American citizens, how they are conducting extrajudicial killings on the Caribbean seas, how they are trying to militarize our streets and literally conducting treason, enacting treason by trying to pit our military against us. And yet they will not give us the remedy. Well, here the hell is the remedy. I have news for anyone on either side of the aisle, and I am including the most popular and lauded members of the Democratic Party. It is no longer sufficient to go on cable news and get your hit, to get your popular sound bites, to do your TikTok videos. We want articles of impeachment filed, and we want them filed now! It is not sufficient to have one lone member of Congress filing articles of impeachment. Representative Al Green promised to us 2 days ago at the beginning of Remove the Regime that he would do this before Christmas. I'm putting every single member of Congress on notice that they better file their own before Christmas too! It is not just Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and Stephen Miller and Kristi Noem and Pete Hegseth and this entire corrupt Supreme Court that we have that is complicit in the destruction of American democracy. It is those who are not doing something about them that are also complicit. I gotta tell you how truly incredible it is to see this crowd today, how inspired I am by you, how absolutely uplifted I am. And you are here because of a vision, because of an idea, because you were not willing to stand down. You knew that you had to stand up and do something about what is happening. And maybe you didn't get here easily. Maybe it took a little while. Maybe you faced some internal resistance. You know, my journey started that way about 8 years ago. I was a woman who had gone through a traumatic experience on a campaign that a lot of people knew was a horror show, but I was brainwashed by right-wing propaganda. And I wanted to walk away from this experience. I wanted to pretend like it never happened. I wanted to move on with my life, and I tried. And then I had a real existential crisis where I realized I could not move on with my life without taking action for what had happened. It's that old saying, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I realized the injustice in my own life was not just about Jessica Denson and this little woman that nobody cared about. No, it was about what Jessica Denson had to give to the world, and I could not let that be squashed. I had to start having some self-respect, some dignity. And you are all here today because you have self-respect. You have dignity. You love yourselves and you love this country. And that journey that I started on, I will tell you, it was a Jacob wrestling with the angel kind of moment that got me to take the action that I ultimately did. That got me to engage in a legal battle with Donald Trump that in the end invalidated every single illegal non-disclosure agreement that he had his staffers sign in 2016. And that fight was one, I will tell you, that countless people, countless lawyers, countless strategists and political experts told me was impossible. Told me would never happen. And yet the only reason I am here today is because I trusted that divine guidance. I had faith and I never doubted the victory of truth. I'm asking every single one of you to not doubt our victory in this moment. I want you to claim our victory in the midst of the battle. Can we claim it? We will not be told that the rightful and just impeachment and conviction and removal of this regime is impossible. We will do it! Thank you all so much for being here today. I love you so much. God bless you. And God bless this beautiful country of ours.
But I want to tell you about another hero. I'm going to introduce our next speaker, but I want to talk about a hero that's not speaking today. Kayla, behind me, is holding the C on the convict sign. She finished chemo treatment 15 minutes before she got on the bus to come here. That's hero shit right there, ladies and gentlemen. And I know there's 1,000 other stories like that in this crowd. A lot of people keep saying, oh, we impeached him twice and it didn't work. And I remind them of the old saying that we all say in this country, if at first you don't succeed, give up. Remember that? Me neither. We made a lot of mistakes in this country. This country's made a lot of mistakes around the world. We've made a lot of mistakes in how we treat each other. But this country does not give up. This is not a country of losers. It's a country of fighters. And we aren't going to go back to normal. We're not going to go back to what was. We're going to build something better than we've ever had. We're going to be what this country has always of as well. He's a January 6th Capitol Police officer. He's one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life, but don't cross him. I listen to him every week on the Cleanup on Aisle 45 podcast, where I'm a patron and you should be too, because none of this work is free. We're all doing it because we feel like we have to, but we still gotta buy those expensive eggs that everybody talks about.
Hell yeah!
Give it up for the incredible Harry Dunn.
Thank you all for being here. Give yourself a round of applause for being here. There's a lot of people who didn't show up in last November, and they're regretting it, right? They're regretting it right now. Talk about free. It's not for free. This isn't free. See my shirt? Unpaid protest. Anybody else unpaid? I hate this asshole for free. Y'all saw that Donald Trump recently called for members of Congress to be executed. He said that seditionists, people guilty of sedition, should be hung. Well, you know what? You know what, Donald? You pardoned people that were convicted of seditious conspiracy. Just saying. Man, we've had some phenomenal speakers right here, people that have brought the heat, brought the fire, that have fired us up. I don't have that fiery spirit in my belly. Can I be honest and transparent with y'all? I'm tired. I'm sick and tired. I'm disgusted. I'm not defeated. Like none of y'all are. Like all of y'all are. We're not defeated out here. I want to talk about impeach, convict, and remove. Listen, on January 6th, we did our job. I'm one of the very familiar faces, and Michael Fanone and the other officers. Y'all know our faces, but there are hundreds and hundreds of other officers whose faces that you'll never know. And you know what? They served their country. They did their job, while Congress failed to do theirs. We were off to a good start right after January 6th. Everybody was saying, you know what? You know, we are done with Donald Trump. Lindsey Graham said it. Mitch McConnell, Kevin McCarthy. All up, we're like, okay, we're coming around. We're good. Articles of impeachment. He was impeached in the House. Great job, House of Representatives, under the leadership of Nancy Pelosi. Great job there. It went to the Senate. We all remember how that played out, right? Mitch McConnell said on the floor of the Senate that Donald Trump was responsible for January 6th. And then 10 seconds later, he voted not to convict him for it. So I want to talk about these institutions and how these institutions have failed us. What failed me? This shit's personal, y'all. They failed me. I like that good trouble sign, all right? All of y'all getting good trouble out there, right? Shout out to John Lewis. These institutions are only as strong as the people that are in them, that make them up. And who sends those people there? It's us. We need to do a better job, and this is a call to action on us. We need to do a better job. We need to be louder, and we need to tell them that they work for us, and if they're not doing the job, get the hell out of there. Now let's go back to these institutions, the institutions that failed us. Congress didn't do their job. All right. Insert Jack Smith. Everybody in America was Jack Smith's biggest fan when he was appointed. People had Jack Smith shirts and hats and tattoos, and everybody was just loving Jack Smith. Then the Supreme Court comes along. Donald Trump is a king. Well, fuck you, Supreme Court. You just screwed us. All right. Well, the Supreme Court not going to help us. One more safeguard to stop us from this evil man, this evil person. He's not a man, he's a boy, he's a coward. November 5th, we had the opportunity as Americans. We had the opportunity to stand up and say we are better than this. We don't accept rapists. We don't accept felons. We had an opportunity to do that. And what did we do? It's okay. Let's have a heart-to-heart moment right now. We failed the assignment, right? No, not y'all. Everybody else, all of them. We had an opportunity to do something about it, and we did it. And I, like many of you all, on election day was defeated. I felt hurt. A knife to the chest. I felt it. I went in, I grabbed my pillow, I grabbed a bottle of bourbon. Anybody else? No, just me. But look, where are we at right now? The day goes on, the year goes on. Our feelings, it doesn't stop because our feelings are hurt. We always show up, our resiliency, and that's what this is about right now. Resiliency, showing up, meeting the moment. And all of you all are here right now. That's more than half the battle, showing up. Listen, I'm not one to, I saw somebody said they can't gaslight all of us over there. I'm not one to gaslight people. I don't know how this is going to play out, but I do know one thing. If we do nothing, if we sit on our hands and hope that those people, those incompetent people get it together, we don't stand much of a chance. No. But if we continue to show up and refuse to go away quietly, we're not going to do it. We are going to always show up. We're going to meet this moment. And we are going to impeach. I'll end with one more thing, y'all. A lot of people want to give up. I get it. I have been exhausted. You're right. We're not right. A lot of people want to. We feel it. I mean, let's be honest with each other. I am sick of protesting every fucking weekend. I'm sick of, but it's necessary. And we need people to stand up and meet the moment when it's necessary. A lot of people that want to quit, I'll tell you this. You all can quit when you see me or my buddy Michael Fanone quit. And spoiler alert, it's not fucking happening. So thank you all. God bless America. God bless you all.
I want to say a couple of words while the band is getting ready. A lot of talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm sure she loves us talking about her. That's why she is the way she is. I want to be clear. I do think that she is an absolute imbecile and trash clown. I don't want to get the signal mixed up. But she is a clever enough political player to know which way the wind blows. And she knows that this ship is sinking. The group at Flair goes into Congress every Monday. I go with them as often as I can. You can go with them whenever you want. Every Monday we go into the halls of Congress and we say to their faces, this is what I said when we went on Thursday. I said, we're asking the Republican Party to stop committing political suicide to save a dying pedophile with cankles. You are hitching your wagon to the least popular president in the history of the United States of America. If you think that's a winning strategy, I would love to have a word with your chief strategist. These people will come over. They will defect. We see that with the Epstein files. But the only way they defect is if every single Democrat supports impeachment, then they defect, then they come over, then their spines grow. Because they aren't actually leaders. That's not those qualities. They're not leaders, they're followers. And they follow you. They follow the people. They follow whatever they think will help them keep their job so they can quadruple their net worth from Congress. It's a cart and horse situation. They're not the horse, you are. We show them which way to go. We pull. It's our job to pull. And that's what we have to do. We have to continue to show up in this city. We have to continue to flood the halls of Congress, and we demand of them, you impeach him or you lose your job. You remove him or we'll remove him. You guys might have heard there's a band here today. You might have heard of them before. They're called the Dropkick Murphys.
I love you, kid.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Man, oh man. You know what? I wish we were all here under better circumstances, but earlier in the year we had the opportunity to play at a veterans rally down in the other end of the mall, and here we are at the Lincoln Memorial, man, and all these great people here. Great patriotic Americans, that's what it's all about. So thank you guys all for showing up. And a big round of applause for all the people who worked so hard in putting all this together. Oh, there we go. Who was here for our sound check? We broke the record for the world's most attended sound check, I think. Anyway, you know, one of the reasons that we show up and do these things is obviously we all have to inspire the people closest around us. If each person can get 2, 5, 10 of their friends that get out and protest and take part in the civil disobedience, and then we're going places. But what we're trying to do is inspire other bands and other musicians to pick up the mic. You know? There's nothing to be scared of. Come on. You guys all ready over there? We'll let the speakers speak and the singers sing. How about that? All right. Well, this one's about. It's off our latest album, and it's about the very times we live in now and how they're so similar to how it's gone on throughout the years. Wealth and power trying to divide and keep down working people. So here we are. This one's called Who'll Stand With Us? We're at the throats of one another, though we share first No Kings rally, we were in Europe. During the second one, we played in Boston, and one of the reasons that we were so interested in this one, because it was taking the stakes up a little bit, asking for removal and impeachment, and we want to be part of that. It's great to walk around and feel each other's presence and feel like-minded people, but there's got to be an end game, man, you know? The end game is to freaking get back to normal here in America. So, in addition to the 30 years we've been doing this and singing about, you know, workers' rights and human rights and all the things that we've done since the start, we've also had the great privilege of getting to know the Woody Guthrie family and being given the permission to go into his archives and take, you know, as he died an untimely death, and he left behind a lot of lyrics that never got put to music. So I wish we could play that one. We need the full band for that one. We got to know the family. Quick story: Woody Guthrie's grandson, Cole, as a teenager, he had a poster on his wall, and his mom walked in, Nora, who's Woody's daughter, who runs the archives, and she said, "What's that band all about?" And the grandson said, "That's a band called Dropkick Murphys. I think Grandpa would have liked them," and that led to, you know, this relationship with the family. And a gentleman just yelled out for us to do this song called "Dig a Hole," and in that particular song on "Dig a Hole," there was actually an old recording of Woody singing it, and we were singing along with it in the studio, and you could hear Woody's voice in there, and we're singing along, and you look over it, we had his grandson in there singing backup vocals with us, and it was generations. But you know what the problem is? Generations later, century later, it's still the same shit. Woody would be rolling over in his grave if he knew we had it. Oh, maybe he'd be expecting that it would still be this fight. So we got to fight every day, is the moral of the story. Anyway, this one's a lyric of Woody's called "The Last One," and it's old, so keep this in mind. It goes out to all the working men and women, and yeah, it's called "The Last One." Treat him like a dog. that song is talking about the division between working people. And I gotta say, man, with open arms, we're here willing to welcome back anyone from MAGA that admits they've been tricked, they've been lied to, they've been conned. Except for the purely racist motherfuckers out there. They can stay. But we all know the worst of the worst ain't coming back. But there's a lot of people who, you know, maybe they were raised in a household that just had the wrong goddamn station on, you know, in the living room. So try to welcome them all back. Well, also, we were just coming back from Europe, and we didn't even have all the gear. We just got back Monday. We don't have all the gear, or even some of our members are over there. So you got 4 out of 7 Dropkick Murphys and one guy that works for us. But we thought it was important to be here in spirit. So anyway, they're a lot more angry and inspiring when there's 7 people playing, and I promise. But the sentiment's there, and this one's called Bury the Bones, and the sentiment is definitely fucking there. Song, and then we're going to have a few more speakers, and at the end we're going to play a special rendition of a song called Shipping Up to Congress. Who's with us? Thanks so much to all the people who took the time to make the incredible signs. It was amazing, and Thanks to all the people that took their time to come from far and wide, and hopefully the next time we do this, it's all the way down the end of that goddamn corner. All right, this is a song that was written before his time, but man, nothing describes this guy more than this song. We'll leave you with this one for now. It's called First Class Loser! If he
sound at 2:15 because they're sticklers unless you're a 34 count felon living in our White House. I want to ask a favor, everybody on the sides, everybody in the back, please, please, please flood that area. Let's make it all the way to the end of the reflection pool. We're going to march in that direction anyway, so please go and line the reflection pool. Let's get some photo and video of this entire reflection pool covered by Antifa! This next guy is one of my favorite people in this movement, a prince of a man. He is the congressional ops leader for a group you may have all heard of called FLARE. FLARE.USA on all socials. FLAREUSA.org is the website. They are leading people just like you, citizens like you, into Congress every Monday. And you don't have to do anything special to join. You show up. Show up and go find your rep and tell them to your face that you're done. Give it up for my friend, Dan. Dave Minnick!
To my fellow patriotic Americans, thank you for being here. And to the people watching from home, we feel your solidarity. Thank you for showing up during one of the most dangerous moments in our nation's history. My name is Dave, and I'm one of the lead organizers of Flare USA, which stands for Liberation and Resistance Everywhere. I stand here on behalf of every volunteer of Flare. It is an honor of my lifetime to speak here today. Now, people sometimes ask, what makes America great? I will tell you, it's you. Our greatness comes from our diversity, comes from our immigrants, our strong women, and from our communities that lift each other up. America is great because we embrace empathy and because we believe that tomorrow can be better today for every single American. Now, our Constitution was written by imperfect men who committed grave injustices. But even with their failures, they built a safeguard for a moment like this. That safeguard is the impeachment process. The founders could have not predicted that a traitorous, twice impeached rapist, backed by white nationalists, would ever hold the presidency. But here we are. And because we are here, we must use every constitutional tool they left us. Not tomorrow, not eventually, now. 62 years ago, right on these very steps, Representative John Lewis and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave us a blueprint for how to struggle through strife. Dr. King said, and I humbly repeat his words, we must conduct our struggle on the high plane of dignity and discipline. We must not allow our creative protest to degenerate into physical violence. We honor them by standing here today, peaceful, disciplined, and unafraid. Since May 1st, my fellow Flare volunteers have embodied that ethos. We have held a continuous 24/7 First Amendment vigil outside Union Station through storms, heat, and now bitter cold. We were raided unlawfully by the regime on October 3rd. Our tents were destroyed. Our signs were stolen. But we rebuilt. We never left. Our bodies are protest. And now we have rebuilt. At Union Station, Flare volunteers have spoken to thousands and collected thousands of petitions demanding that Congress impeach, convict, and remove Donald Trump. After today's march, join us at Union Station, outside Union Station at Columbus Circle, and fill out a declaration of support for impeachment. We will hand-deliver it to your representative's office on Monday, or please join us. Extend your hotel reservations. But here's the truth. Only 80 Democrats publicly support impeachment. 80 Democrats. That is unacceptable. But you already know the good news. Representative Al Green will be introducing new articles of impeachment before the Christmas break. And when he does, it will force a vote. Democrats, you have an opportunity to redeem yourselves. An opportunity to redeem yourselves and honor your oath. So let me ask the Democrats directly. Are you listening to us? Chuck Schumer, are you listening to us? Hakeem Jeffries, are you listening to us? History, how will history remember you? We, the people, demand impeachment, conviction, and removal. Now, Representative Al Green personally gave Flair volunteers the title of impeachment warriors. Now, it is your turn to become one, and I want you to do this with me. Make a fist. Raise it high, higher. Everyone in the back so the cameras can see. Repeat after me. I stand for the Constitution. I stand for the rule of law. No president is above the law. I will urge my members of Congress to support impeachment, conviction, and removal. You are now impeachment warriors. Give yourselves a hand. The late, great Representative John Lewis said on these very steps in 1963, and again, I humbly repeat his words. Wake up, America. Wake up, for we cannot stop and we will not be patient. My fellows Americans, you are now awake. We are all awake and we will not be patient. So today we demand what the Constitution requires. Impeach, convict, and remove the traitor from office. Say it with me. Impeach, convict, remove. Raise the fist. Impeach, convict, remove. Impeach, convict, remove. Thank you. Let's go make history. Please follow us at flair.usa on all socials and visit flairusa.org. And to my friend Kira Havens from citizensimpeachment.com, please go there, citizensimpeachment.com, to support impeachment from home. I love you, Dad. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Soon, I want you to give it up for somebody who's become a close friend of mine. He is the leader of American opposition, and he's an all-around badass. Give it up for Carlos Alvarez Araño!
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carlos Alvarez Araños, and I'm the founder of American Opposition. Thank you for joining us here at the Lincoln Memorial in the shadow of a man who once saved the soul of our nation. And thank you for trusting us to guide this movement towards the outcome we all demand, the redemption of our republic. Donald Trump has challenged the basic parameters of human civilization. He has uprooted right and wrong and somehow made it acceptable to be foundationally indecent. He has normalized behavior that has always been unforgivable. Fraud, theft, rape, carried out without remorse, without shame, and without the faintest flicker of morality or conscience. Worse than his crimes is the terrible truth that too many Americans have accepted them. That millions have allowed themselves to be dragged down to his level and rewarded his depravity with their votes. That is the burden we carry. That is the wound we confront. That is the truth we must face if we are to save our nation. None of us are immune to the impacts of ignorance and apathy. If we continue to allow those things to govern us, we will all end up paying a very steep price. Our children will suffer. Evil will advance throughout the world, and millions will die. History will not be kind to us. It will say that the American people failed to take their nation seriously and found a way to choose insanity. That Donald Trump bent us to his will and made us forget who we are. We must reflect on how far we've allowed ourselves to fall. To ensure we never forget how it feels to live with this fear.
Never forget!
To finally learn the lessons that we somehow failed to learn from World War II. And once we have accepted our share of that responsibility, we must turn the page and choose reconciliation over resentment, courage over comfort, and truth over lies. Because for as far as we have fallen, for as much as we have lost, and for as much pain as is yet to come, I know this: America will rise. Donald Trump has thrown everything he has at us. He has insulted us, divided us, threatened us, and targeted us. And yet he hasn't even come close to breaking our spirit. He has revealed the worst in America, but in the process, he has also awakened the best. We are the American people, and our character remains unchanged. We stand for dignity. We stand for equality. And we stand for justice. America isn't good because it's great. It's great because it's good. Our goodness is our legacy. If we reclaim it and rise to meet this moment, there is no alternate ending. None. America will rise. And while too many of our fellow citizens have disappointed us and chosen evil, we vastly outnumber them. And we still live in a democracy. So for as long as we choose courage over fear, America will rise. For as long as we refuse to be divided, America will rise. And for as long as we remember that democracy is not a gift, but a responsibility, America will rise. The day is coming, and it is coming soon, when we will say that the American people stood up and removed a tyrant. On that day, our nation will breathe again. On that day, our people will dream again. On that day, freedom will ring again. And on that day, America will rise. Thank you.
Is running for office, and as far as I know, she's the only candidate running for office who's been picked up by an ICE officer and thrown on the ground. I want leaders that will put their bodies between me and fascism. Do you? Give it up for the incredible Ted Abou-Ghazaleh!
To be here with all of you today. And we are all here because we, the American people, deserve better than what our leaders have failed to deliver.
Hell yeah!
In case anyone forgot, our government is supposed to work for us. Not corporations, not billionaires, and not the deranged racist predator who plans to live to his dying day in the White House. We are here to remove him and his regime, but that is not the only reason we are here. We got to this moment because of inaction from leaders who swore to protect us, who swore to fight for us. We trusted them and they broke that trust. So now it's time for the people we elected to put up or shut up. What do we want? Impeach? That's right. We are sick of excuses. We are sick of compromise with fascists. We are sick of leaders who think they deserve our vote.
That's right!
It is time for them to realize the old playbook is gone. Republican leadership right now is filled with power-hungry racists who want a white nationalist dystopia. And look, that's scary. I get it if some of our elected officials are scared of that. But if you, a congressperson in the United States of America, one of the most powerful people in the world, are too afraid to stand up for us, step out of the way for someone else who will. And we have plenty of them. Not just in removing this despot, but building something better than our unlivable status quo. My community, like yours, has been through hell because of this administration. Masked secret police raid homes, workplaces, and schools across Chicago, Evanston, Skokie, and the rest of Illinois. Our food banks are overwhelmed with people who cannot afford to eat, with refugees who know their last lifeline is going to be cut in 2 weeks. Even in Illinois, trans kids are worried about losing their health care. Veterans can't go to the doctor. And the president likens my city to a training ground for our troops. Less than a month ago, I was federally indicted for exercising my First Amendment rights by protesting Trump's masked secret police. Mine is just one of many blatantly political prosecutions, which have also targeted some of our speakers today. We're all different people, but we have one thing in common, and that is that the administration sees us as a threat. Not just us, all of us. That's why they want to invoke the Insurrection Act. That is why they try to trample on our rights. And that is why they want to scare you into silence. But is that working? No! I said, is that working? No! We deserve better than this. Yeah! We deserve equal rights. Yeah! We deserve universal health care. Yeah! We deserve a Green New Deal. Yeah! We deserve the best education system in the world. Strong unions. We deserve free college and affordable housing. We deserve maternity leave and childcare. And not breaking our backs for billionaires who don't give a damn about us. We deserve so much more than what our leaders have failed to deliver, but they have a chance to redeem themselves, to step up now. But the first step is impeachment. Yes.
Treason!
Impeach. The reality is that we, the people, the voters, have been resisting more than the people that we elected. We have borne the brunt of what this administration is doing, and we are tired of it. So to our representatives, we don't want any more excuses. We don't want to hear that impeachment is unpopular, because it's not. And guess what? You're a leader. You better lead. We don't want to hear that you're worried about your re-election. Our lives are more important than your campaign. And you don't deserve our votes. You earned it. And I guarantee that if you came to cowardice, someone else will step up to take your place. And we do not want to hear that there is no cause to impeach this tyrant. Donald Trump has strangled our economy with tariffs without congressional approval. He has deployed our forces against the American people. He violates international law, targeting civilians and cozying up to dictators. So answer to the people. Turn away from decades of political failure. Impeach this president, and we can make history by building a better future. I want to leave you with the truth that our leaders seem unwilling to face. Good things are possible. And no matter what anyone on TV or on the Hill tells you, we don't have to settle. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, we have one more speaker. I want to thank all the influencers that helped get this crowd here. It's because of these social media people putting their money where their mouths are and showing up with us that you're here. So thank you to all of them. And thank you very much to my good friend who's made it his job to occupy this city and fight this shit, Jolly Good Ginger!
The mic, and I got a bullhorn if they do. You're not going to silence us. I don't get silenced. Listen, we are at an extraordinary crossroads in American history. Not every generation faces the dilemma that we currently face. And there will come a day when we are asked, when you're asked, when we're all asked, where were you when the Constitution was being destroyed? Where were you when Congress was being usurped? Where were you when the Supreme Court was being hijacked? Where were you when a wannabe tyrant was ruling by executive order? Where were you when the president was turning the military against the American people? Where were you when the president was weaponizing the Justice Department? Where were you when the president was calling for sitting members of Congress to be hanged? Where were you when the Gestapo state-sponsored terrorists they call ICE snatching parents out of school pickup lines, workers out of workplaces, people out of courthouses, and attempting to do these things and make them legal? Where were you? And when I'm asked that question, I won't be afraid, because I'll say I was here today. When I'm asked that question, I won't be afraid, because I'll say I fought. General George S. Patton once asked the troops of Third Army, do you want to tell your grandchildren that during the Great War you were shoveling shit in Louisiana?
No.
I don't want to tell my grandchildren I was shoveling shit in Virginia while the shit was being shoveled in the White House. When my grandchildren ask me who I voted for in 2024, I got a clear conscience. Listen, I don't care who you voted for. I don't care how we got here. We're here now. Take your fucking red hats on and put your fucking good common sense on. I will not stand by silently. I did not watch this happen from my house. I did not surround myself in my privilege while my immigrant neighbors were snatched, while my trans neighbors were attacked, while my black and brown neighbors were attacked and being erased from history. I did not sit silently, and you should not either. I stood up and I screamed. And every single one of you here did the same thing. That's why you're here. You got in your car, you got in a plane, you got in a train, and you got your ass here. here because you too know that we cannot sit by silently. You too know that we're here to fight. You came to join us in the call for impeachment, conviction, and removal. So let me finish with this. The impeachment and removal of this wannabe tyrant, Diaper Don, will only be the beginning. But it will happen because of us. It will happen because of you. But we cannot stop there. We must drive out the bigotry and hate that put that motherfucker in the White House in the first place. Returning America to the status quo is unacceptable. After we win this fight against fascism, I'm going to say it again. After we win this fight against fascism, after we win, it is absolutely our responsibility to demand an America for all. An America that doesn't deport our fellow humans, but rather recognizes that immigrants make America great. We must demand an America that loves and accepts transhuman beings, an America that recognizes trans rights are human rights. We must demand an America that denounces white supremacy and takes accountability for what has been happening to the black and brown community for centuries, an America that rights the wrongs of yesteryear. As a combat veteran of this country, I fought for that America. I fought for the America that I want to pass down to my children. And it's an America for all. So I will end with this warning to Donald Trump and to MAGA. If you think we can't stop you, if you think we can't win, in the immortal words of the president you wish you were, yes we can. 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 Now. Now. Yes we can. Who's ready to fucking march on Washington?
Right before the dropkicks march us out, we need you all to be heading to the opposite end of the pool. The opposite end of the pool is where the march will begin. We will rally at the fountain. The Handmaids, one of our incredible partners, are on either side. We will march out past the World War II Memorial, left on 17th Street, and right on Constitution because what are we doing? We're shipping